Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's that time of the month again when we have a brand new mission inspiration challenge over on our Facebook group. So we have a new set of words for inspiration, a new set of colours to play with. So let the creativity begin. Okay, so this is my journal, my half circle journal that I've been working in doing my mission inspiration projects for 2020. It's getting towards the end. Obviously we're in September, so I've only got a few more pages left to go. I only put in enough pages to do the full year. So, but it's getting a bit difficult to work in towards the end now because this side is kind of bulky, whereas this side isn't. So what I've decided to do is I've actually decided to work on a separate sheet for this one, and then I'm going to add this into the journal after I've completed it. So I can put that journal to one side, keep that safe and out of the way. I've also printed off the mission inspiration brief for September just for reference, but what I'll do is I'll put the big one on the screen right now so you can see it. So we've got the colours navy, crimson and sage. And our words for inspiration are gears, invention, clockwork, mesh and patina. So darker colours which are going to be perfect for a steampunk project. So this circle is 9 inches. So I used my circle cutters. I'll just grab them to show you. There you go. So what you do, there's the blade. You just pop it on your piece of paper and then push down on the blade and it cuts all the way around. Now these are from a company called X-Cut here in the UK. Fairly inexpensive. I think I paid less than £7 for this a couple of years ago, and I've never had to change the blade. But you do get spare blades in there as well. So definitely well worth the money to buy to cut out circles. Especially large circles. It only goes down to the smallest circle you can cut using these is 4 inches, which is about 10 centimetres. That's the smallest circle you can cut using this machine, so it's perfect for larger ones. They don't make a smaller one, or I've never seen a smaller one, but that's by the by. Right, so for my project, looking at the colours, navy, crimson and sage, what I wanted was I wanted to use some kind of background on this project that looked like a collaged newspaper, like this one. But the colours in this are too blue. There's no crimsons, there's no greens really. There's a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, but no crimsons. So what I decided to do is, this is from my stash on my computer, so what I did is I brought this image into my photo editing software and I created 3 separate ones with a tint. So I've got one with navy, one with a red tinge and one with a green tinge. So I've got the best of both worlds. So that's what I'm going to do to start off with on this project. Now, like I said, this is 9 inches in diameter from there to there. So these pieces of paper are slightly bigger. So we'll go right the way across. So I'm going to rip a strip of each of the colours and I'm going to put them down. I think I decided I was going to do that way round, but I'm going to change that round so it's different, and then swap that one round so it's different there. Okay, so I need to cut or tear those strips first of all. So if I go, just tear off like so. Obviously I'm going to lose the top and the bottom because I'm going to layer these. But if you haven't got access to a computer, that's not a problem. All you have to do is just find some papers that have maybe got the colour in there that you want. So 9 inches divided by blah blah blah, so I need about 8 or 9 centimetres I think, so that's about there. So if I just start I'll just make a mark, can't I, with a pencil. Be a lot easier. That'll do. And then I can just start tearing down this way to start off with. Okay, so there's the first one. That will go across the top. And then I'm just going to rip kind of random down that way, and then we'll go, oops, maybe a bit too much up there. Trying to keep it into a sort of straight line, but you know, what the heck. And then we said about 8 or 9 centimetres, which will do us, well, I will overlap them anyway. So that's going to be the green, or the sage. And then finally we'll do a bit at the bottom. And then just take that little bit off the edge. It's going to be mostly collaged art journal page, this one. Okay, so we've got bits, and then there we go. So if I flip that around to about there, that's pretty much, I'd say, about equal. Oh, somebody at the door. Back in a second. Apologies for that, the postman. Right, so what was I going to do? Yes, I was going to stick these down now, so I'm going to get just a glue stick. So this is a Ranger glue stick. I'm a bit out of breath now. I shouldn't be really, not at my age. Anyway, so I'm going to just add glue. Don't want to put matte medium on this, because I don't really want it to go too wrinkly. Oh god, a bit too much glue there. Okay, so get the strip and then just place it so that it's pretty much in line with the top. Doesn't matter if we get any just down at the bottom there, because that's going to be for the next colour. And the next colour we said we were going to do for the green, so that's going to go about there. Hello, Mr. Bentley. Thought you were in bed. It's a little monkey. So down there, just strips, quick, thick strips of glue on the stick. There you go. He's trying to climb back into bed again now. He's had a very long WLK this morning, so he's feeling the burn, I think. Alright, next one, so that's about there, and then we've got enough to go on there. That's looking good so far. And then the last one, like we said, and then down towards the bottom. That should do. Okay, so line that up with the bottom of the page. Perfect. So now we've got a torn newspapery effect backdrop in which to work on. So I'm going to leave that for a second or two just to dry, and I'll also just get my work mat cleaned up a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my glue is dry, and as you can see I've trimmed it out to the shape of the paper. So I'm very happy with the way that looks at the moment. So to continue on with that collage theme, what I wanted to do is also integrate some bits of text. We've got text in there, but I wanted some dictionary text. So I've got this old concise Oxford dictionary that I've been cannibalising for years, and I've tore out the descriptions for the words peace and toleration. Oh, you can see that. The light's maybe a bit too stark for it, but yeah, we've got peace and we've got toleration. So I'm going to integrate those into the page as well. But because it's steampunk, we also have to have some gears in there as well. So I've gone ahead with my big shot machine and using the Tim Holtz Alterations Gadget Gears die, I've punched out some gadgets, some gears, if you like, using some metallic copper paper that was sent to us ages ago in Happy Mail. So I've got those three, but also just punched out some small circles, small circles, like snail circles, isn't it? I should know, honestly. It's like I'm wearing somebody else's teeth today. So I've got, I think that's an inch circle, so just 3 of those. I'm sticking to that rule of 3, and then we've got some 3/8 of a circle, or something like that. Is it 3/8 of a circle? Oh, I can never remember. Let's have a quick look, because somebody's bound to ask. It is, I've got 1 inch, and did I put the punch away? Oh, 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch. So I've got 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then we've got 5/8. Now these are the holes that came out the middle. But you can get a punch this size. You can. I'm telling you, you can. There you go. It just so happens to be the same size as the holes that get punched out from that middle anyway. So I want to integrate those, and I want to integrate these into my page somewhere. But obviously I need some focal points. So let's just throw all that to one side. So my focal points, I've got a collection of steampunk, what I call manimals. This being one of them. Like a French bulldog. Like him a lot. But I've also got this chappie. It's very dapper cat. So I've printed these out and I've cut them out already because I want to integrate these into the art journal page as well, because they're very steampunk and I like them. But what I want to do is I want to stick the cogs down behind them like so, just to give obviously a little bit more steampunkiness into the mix. My paper's curling, so everything's falling. So I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing down. But again, I'm not going to be using matte medium or anything. I'm going to be using dry glue. So I'll carry on using the Ranger glue stick as before, and then we'll see how everything works from there. So I want to put him about there. So that one wants to go probably, let's say, about there. So that will do for that one. So if I say the centre's about there, where that W is, and then I can just add some glue all the way around, lift it up, and we said about there where that W was. So keep that onto the page. Okay, and then our French bulldoggy chap. So we said we'd have that about there, about there, about there, about there, about there. So it's all about auditioning. Okay, so we'll have that just where that stalk is there. So let's get some glue on the back of this. Not worried about that glue. So we said about there, didn't we? And then now we've got those two down, we can think about where that third one, that small one's going to go. And I think probably, let's put it up there, in between. So just about there. Just where the word match is. So smooth from the inside out, avoid wrinkles and bubbles. Okay, so we've got that about there. So we said about integrating that text somewhere as well. So the word peace, I think, would look good. Maybe there. And then pop Mr. Bulldog there. And I think perhaps down there towards the bottom, just kind of disguising the lower edge of that. I think that's probably going to be the right place to put it, so we can then start integrating some of these other larger circles just into the project. Okay. Not too much, or not too many techniques today with this one. But that's okay. You don't need to have, like I've said before many times, you don't have to include every technique you know in every art journal page that you know. You might just want to do one per project. That's okay. You might just have one colour. That's okay too. You don't have to employ everything every time. I know some people like to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at their art journal pages. That's alright. That's your style. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for everybody. And certainly not all the time. I like to vary my techniques and vary what I do to each page, which I think is why a lot of people keep returning back to my YouTube channel, because I do lots of different things, and whenever a video pops up from me, you never really know what you're going to get. Okay, so I'll put that one down there. And then we can start to layer some of them smaller circles as well. I just like the shine that this gives you. Just gives it a little bit of a pop. A little bit of layeredness. I do like a nice bit of layering. Took that little one in there. There should be another one somewhere. Okay, I think it's probably time that we did actually stick Mr. Bulldog down. So let's just make sure we've got everything as straight as we can. I want to line him up so that he's, that's it, just like that, so that he is almost touching where that E is. Let's get some more glue. Problem with printing onto ordinary printer paper is that it does tend to curl. Right, we said about there, didn't we? Yep. happy with that. Looking good. And then we can put Mr. Pussycat there. Yeah, I think it's time. He went down. And the way I'm adding the glue to the larger areas, as you can see, I'm going from the middle outwards. If I went that way, probably run a chance of catching it, increasing it. Just move that so I don't put it back in the glue. So we said about lining it up about there, just with that edge, like that. Like so, and then I just need to clean a little bit of that glue off there so I've got somewhere to work again. There we go. And then we can add in the word toleration. So we've got the word peace. And now I've just cleaned this area up, but I need somewhere to work. Right, now then, did we say we were going to tuck it underneath Mr. Cat? There we go. And then we've got 3 of those little dots left. So we'll add a bit of glue on there. Down in the corner. And then we'll add one. I'll sit up here. And then the other one will go over here somewhere. Quite a few over there. Maybe not then. Or maybe, yeah, well, maybe just pop it there. Just next to his head. And we just need to trim off the excess from there. Like so. Okay, I'm liking that, liking the colours. So, for our steampunky page, we've got navy, crimson and sage. I'm hoping that looks a bit green on the camera. On my monitor in front of me it looks a bit grey. So we've got the navy, the crimson and the sage. We've also got the navy in his waistcoat and cravat, and also the crimson in Monsieur Le Bulldog, his dicky bow tie. We've got that real nice kind of shimmer in the background from that metallic paper with the cogs and the gears, which also has the gears there. But I want to add one last thing. Obviously, I want to add a quote. I know I've got the 2 pieces of book text, the dictionary text, but I want to add a little bit more than that. So I'll just have a quick clean up of that glue. Bring that page back in there. So on my computer I printed off a quick quote, a phrase if you like, and I just cut it out. But I've also used, you probably can't see, but the actual writing is dark red. So what I want to do, I want to try and glue. Have I missed one? There's supposed to be 4 of these. Oh, there it is. If they're too big, I can always just trim off a little bit extra. Okay, so let's just try. I thought I would probably have enough room. but let's just make them a lot smaller that way. I'm going to leave the width, just alter the height. There we go. So I'll just rub some glue off the back, or onto the back, and start the phrase up towards the top of the page. So no matter what our difference is, okay. Literally watching glue dry. What a way to spend an afternoon. My next door's dog's barking like mad. That's Hugo, who lives next door. So, no matter what our difference is, let's just trim that. I'll bring that down towards the bottom. We can still instead of using the word live, I've used the word mesh, because we can mesh together. We can integrate seamlessly, and of course mesh is one of the words for inspiration. So another tick off that list of things to include. But it's nice to use something a little bit different, or different wordage to what we're used to, which is why I like using the words for inspiration sometimes in the projects, because sometimes you've got a different word to mean the same thing. Me likey. So, do I need to add anything else? Do I need to add any splatters? Do I need to add any white bits? Do I need to put a border on it? At this stage, no, I don't think I do. I can always come back to it a bit later. I just realised that I've missed one of those 3/4 inch circles. That's not good. Right, let's get that on somewhere. Only because I'm liking the 3, 3 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, so that creates that visual triangle. You've got the triangle with the smaller ones just across there, which brings you down. So where we're going to put this one? Why don't we put it I'm wanting to put it there. So do you know what? I'm going to. My first instinct was to put it there, but there you go. Right, so yeah, I could go around adding black lines to make it pop, but at this stage I don't want to. I'm actually enjoying the kind of layering and the positioning of everything on that page. I don't particularly want to add anything just yet. I might come back to it later. It's okay to do that. Somebody said to me, you know, you don't always sign your art journal pages. No, I don't. When I'm totally convinced that the page is finished, then I'll probably sign it. If I don't sign it, it probably means that I want to come back and do something to it later. I may come back and add a darker border all the way around. I might add some black around the word blocks. And I might even add some of that Stabilo black all as a little kind of like drop shadow behind the chappies at a later date. But for now, I'm happy with that page the way it is. So it's going to stay like that just for the bit. So there we go. So we've got navy, crimson, sage, gears and mesh. And a little bit of clockwork, I suppose, if you like, in there. So I think for September, it's mission accomplished. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me put that art journal page together. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. But don't forget, the Mission Inspiration Facebook group is still accepting new members, so I'll put the address on screen now, but there's also a clickable link in the description area below if you want to join in with the monthly fun. So we have the main mission on the first Saturday of the month, and then we have the mid-month mini mission inspiration, which is the second. Is it the second one too? No, it's the third Saturday of each month. I got that wrong last time. So for September, the next one will be the 19th of September. Saturday the 19th, which will be the mid-month mini. So that's it from me. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. And no fighting like cats and dogs. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.